Right, hello YouTube, Mixer, and Twitch, or at least I hope Mixer's involved, because OBS currently has an issue where it's not able to maintain a connection to Mixer the whole time. And I don't know if the chat's going to remain connected the whole time, but hopefully it will. Anyway, this is Dragon Ball Z. So, since you two are the only ones that are currently vocal here, I'll just introduce you, because you're already here. I've got beautiful Cassie behind me.
Stop dying.
I just ate a sandwich and one of the seeds went down the wrong pipe. And Scorpio.
Hello, it is I, Incomparable Scorpio, who hasn't uploaded in a while. But I still exist. I'm not dead yet.
Alright, so today I'm going to do something I don't usually do on a Dragon Ball Z, but I've just had so many good moments in one fucking game on here that I have to do a last time on Dragon Ball Z! So, for those of you that didn't watch, Here's a brief synopsis. Two wizards of a wizard school have decided to travel together for quite some time. One of them seeking revenge against another very evil wizard who destroyed his entire tribe. And another who, well, just likes to go along for things for the shits and giggles. During their adventure, they also hired on two mercenaries, who, one a dwarven fighter, and another a tiefling rogue. And they accompanied them to a town called Shepherd's Crook, which, mind you, is not full of sheep. No. It's called Shepherd's Crook because it's, like, shaped like a shepherd's crook if you look at it from the top of a mountain. But anyway, I digress. Speaking of mountains, they came here in search of a red dragon to find out if this red dragon could lead that first wizard to his arch nemesis. Now I'm going to start using names. That first wizard is Pavu, a necromancy-based wizard of Goliath background, as well as Majit Ka. Huh?
Race, not background.
Race. Whatever. Fuck you. Fucker. Love you!
Love you!
And Majit Ka, who is a human, but also a divination wizard. She knew I was going to describe her like that.
Okay, my charger.
Alright. And played by the wonderful Scorpio, who is only the voice in my head. That was your opportunity to talk.
Hello, I am still here.
Was Dolph Ironbeard a champion fighter?
Yes.
And by... Oh, go ahead.
Yep, we knew they were going to succeed because they had a dwarf with them.
And playing the tiefling rogue, Trey the... Hold on. Trey the... I have to scroll up to get it. The Outcast. There we go. We had Billy, who is not actually in the chat right now, but that's okay. He has a family to raise. Not from the dead like Pavu. Cassie played Majit Ka, and my good friend John played Pavu. Now, one of the reasons I actually went back to do this particular story is Pavu and Majit Ka were characters that were played in the very first one-shot I ever DM'd. And I wanted to give them at least a chance to play those characters one more time before, more stuff happened. And to help flesh out my homebrew world even further. Because you see, right now I already have a religion established based on Pavu, called the Cult of Pavu. I even went into what cleric,
Domains.
Thank you, domains. I forget words sometimes, but I'm still good. Cleric domains to choose from, but not evil, even though he's a necromancer. And that's why there's a cult following him. Because he uses the dead to protect the living and avenge the dead by using the bodies of those dead he is avenging, if that makes any sense. And Majit Ka, well, she just knows a lot of shit. A lot of shit.
Like me in real life.
Yes, actually. Very much like you in real life. And your hair has kind of a purple tint to it.
Yeah, because the dye that we dyed over the purple is fading.
Oh, shit.
So we'll have to touch that up.
That sounds very perverted, but awesome. Wink. Anyway.
I said touch it up, not rub it down. Jeez.
Gosh. And hello, Moose Gal, who is listening while you're driving home. Thank you. Cheers. I raise my big thing of lemon water because, oddly enough, that's what I drink at home. Just water with lemon juice in it. Not lemonade, no sugar, just water and lemon. Get your lemon juice anywhere. I don't give a fuck. I'm not getting paid by any big lemon company. Other than the people who made my previous car. No, I'm kidding. They don't pay me anything either. They almost killed me. Long story. Not going to go into it. Just going to take a drink now. And stop procrastinating. Fuck you. It would have been really cool if while I was drinking you were talking.
Sorry,
Cassie.
I'm trying to play Picross and I have a time limit.
It was like a ventriloquism joke.
Well,
it's okay. You weren't paying attention. I'm used to it.
I was paying attention. I just didn't know that's what you wanted me to do. We don't rehearse these things.
I know we don't, which makes it even funnier when I chap your ass about it. It's fucking phenomenal, at least for me, because I'm an asshole. Anyway, so I've used these characters or referenced these characters in other one-shots. Like, for example, the one-shot that preceded this, that took place on the very mountain in which yesterday or Saturday's game took place, or the last Dragon Ball Z. And that one was fun, too. Or at least I hope it was. It was actually Billy's first game with us, right?
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, you were playing your Tabaxi sorcerer.
Yeah, he just wanted everyone to get off his damn mountain.
Yeah, and I embellished the story of Billy's half-orc to include that he was raised alongside a red dragon who just happened to be flying through the air after they had beaten the shit out of some mercenaries. Because I rolled them on a random table and I'm like, okay, so I'm just going to throw these weird clones and just call them sextuplets. There we go. Sextuplets that are now twins. Because you fucking killed 4 of them. And it was awesome. And I also embellished on it by going back in time with this game by having that very red dragon be who whittled down the red dragon that you guys were going to face. Tying all of those threads together, and also, you know that barb devil that was summoned by Pavu in that combat?
Yeah.
That won't be the last time he's used either.
Oh.
I came up with his name after the stream because I'm like, oh god, I want to use him again for something. And he's going to be part of a group of random denizens of the Nine Hells that inhabit different weapons for a Hexblade Warlock Pact of the Blade. Each weapon that he has will have a different creature, and they'll also be different weapons. He's going to be the spear. And I've named him. He's an accountant named Charles Shewab.
Okay.
And I don't worry, I hear the crickets. I do. I am wearing a headset, but I still hear the crickets. It's okay.
It's only because I've heard the joke like 10 times.
Fuck you! But,
Love you.
but yeah. So, he's going to be brought into that game, which is not the game that I play every Sunday, but one that I've done 2 sessions of, and I'm doing a 3rd session, not this Friday, but the next Friday. And, I can't wait, because I have stuff prepared for that one this time. Last time, I was flying by the seat of my pants, pulling shit out of my ass. Sometimes literally. Because, you know, one of the fucking bars that they went to was called the Stinky Walnut. In a town called Wormsway, where they grow vegetables so easily it's ridiculous. Because the land is so fertile. It's like, you know, a person who lives in a trailer park. That's, yeah. Anyway, where is everyone? At home, I think. But, you know, I don't know why other people haven't shown up for this, because I was hoping to have a consensus as to what kind of one-shots you guys want to play later. But I'm going to go more in-depth into the stuff that happened and how I'm using different pieces in different places and in different one-shots so that I have a more fleshed out, fun world for everyone to play in. And eventually I'm going to fucking write this shit down. I don't know if I'll be able to publish it. I might only be able to put this shit on DM's Guild, because I think it's free to upload there. Maybe. Maybe.
Out.
Yeah, we'll find out eventually. I mean, I know Matt Mercer puts his stuff on there. I know a lot of other DMs put their stuff on there. Who knows? But anyhow, I have taken the other 2 characters from Saturday's session and used it in my Sunday session, which only includes Cassie, Marco Amazo, who can't show up on Mondays or even our Thursday game, which really breaks my heart. He can't show up during weekdays anymore because he works a 2nd shift job where he gets out of work at 11 and can't really do anything afterward because he's fucking exhausted, and I don't blame him. But also my friend John, who also played Pavu. Now in their game, Cassie, do you want to explain or describe your character?
I'm an Azamar, which is a half celestial, half angel type creature, and
Humanoid.
Yeah, humanoid, and raised in a cult called the Cathedral, which is primarily Azamar who worship the Celestials, And she was kicked out because she started showing arcane ability, because she's a sorcerer. And sorcerers are born, not made.
And I keep on forgetting to roll your wild magic.
Yeah, you do. And
I should leave that on you.
Fine.
Just roll percentage dice every time.
Okay. And basically now, because of that experience, because of her being chased out of the org and whatnot, hates religion.
An atheist half-angel raised in a church.
Yeah. At the time, I chose it because I've been watching a lot of cult theory videos on YouTube.
And I'm going to get into how I'm using...
all that stuff.
Yeah, and I'm going to get into how I'm using that in their campaign as well. Now, she mentioned the Angel Isles. This is not the first time the Angel Isles have been brought up as a place on my world. She also created that island, or that little nation state, as another character who was also an Azamar. Do you want to tell them about that character?
I'm over time anyways. What? I like this game.
It's okay.
That one... Oh, I forget.
I can't remember her name either, so don't worry about it. But I know she was another sorcerer, Divine Soul. Sorry, guys.
Was she Divine Soul?
Yeah. She was the healer.
No, she was a warlock.
You're right.
Celestial
Pact warlock. Who we didn't decide what.
Badass.
Yeah, she was a badass. We didn't decide who her patron was until after that. After we got the Ravnica guide, because I'm like, oh hey, there's this really cool looking celestial thing that does not look anything like a humanoid, and I think that would be perfect because she's in love with her patron.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured I'd have it be something non-humanoid, so it wouldn't be, like, normal. It would be fucking weird. And it's this big fucking lion thing with, like, horns that come out of the sides of its head. And, like, blue and white stripes down its back. It's pretty fucking dope looking. Yes, he absolutely can join. In fact, I'm hoping he does this Saturday, because he's going to be at my fucking house all day. I hope Marco Amazo does join us for that. But anyway, she came up with the Angel Isles as where she came from. But that takes place 22 years, I had to do the math in my head, 22 years before the time of the campaign her current character, the Wild Magic Sorcerer, takes place in. Oh, don't worry. I will be addressing your question really, really soon. I'm getting to that in a moment. And let me fucking go look it back up, because I forgot the exact wording of it, and I don't want to say it wrong. How does D&D end? That was the question I was going to address. I might as well fucking say that now. It doesn't. It doesn't have to. I mean, honestly, 9 times out of 10, D&D ends when people can't make it to the games together anymore. And it usually just dies because people can't get together. And that's heartbreaking. It's why I made sure when I started the campaign with Cassie, John, and Marcus that it was with 3 people who I trust more than anything in the world, who I know where they fucking live, and if they don't show up, I'll kill them. I'm kidding.
This time.
I'll just hurt them a little. But yeah. Also, they're excited. They're excited to play their characters. And the way I've weaved their world, which is another thing I'm going to point out here, which you can get from, like, other DM-centered videos, I dug deeply into all of their backstories, and I'm weaving things together to make a cohesive story with intrigue and all sorts of weird shit. Plus, I've taken characters that they have played in previous games and turned them into NPCs that they are now interacting with me at the helm. Like, for example, Marcus had played a character named that I created because he didn't want to take any extra time. He just wanted to get in and play. So I had a barbarian that I had wanted to play myself, but I'm like, hey, go ahead. He's named Balboa Creed. He has the Tavern Brawler feat, because he's a variant human. And basically, he doesn't carry weapons. He just fucking punches people until they fucking fall down. That's his job. And after that one shot that he was played in by Marco Amazo, I decided, alright, after he successfully helped the police... Oh, NPC. You're asking what an NPC means. It stands for non-player character. So if you hear NPC, it means non-player character. If you hear PC in reference to D&D or Dungeons and Dragons, it means player character. So someone else controls this. As the Dungeon Master, I play everyone who is not a PC. Although sometimes I might end up having to play a PC if the player isn't there. And I try to do them justice, but for the most part, I play everyone who is not a player. So, you talk to a shopkeeper, I play the shopkeeper. You talk to a brigand, I'm the brigand. You talk to the leader of a town, I'm the leader of the town. Or you see a fucking gigantic hyena that's trying to bite your testicles off.
Sounds more like a monkey.
Fuck you. I can't do a good hyena. I'm not very good at that. And apparently she likes to point that out.
We thought it was monkeys.
Fuck you. I love you, but fuck you. Anyway. Yeah, I'm stopping. But yeah. A giant hyena trying to bite your face off. I have to be the giant hyena that's trying to bite your face off. Or the dragon that you fight. And I also have to narrate what happens. Although I will give quite a few liberties to my players. Like I'll say, so how do you want to do this? Which is something that Matt Mercer says when they score the killing blow. And then I'll just embellish on the description they give, because I'm very good at describing gore. Very good. Do Christopher Walken making a hyena sound? I should charge you for this stuff, you know. But it would sound a little like this. Huh, 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 huh. Huh, 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 huh. There you go. Christopher Walken as a hyena. Congratulations. I need to take a shower now. Anyway. I'm such a whore.
You said it, not me.
Fuck you. So, I have that character, Balboa Creed, who is probably the one NPC you've interacted with the most.
Probably.
And I also kind of like to add a little more spice to the games by creating playlists for specific things, like for example, Balboa Creed. He has like a 3-song playlist. One of them is the classic Rocky theme. One of them is an orchestrated version of a song from Punch-Out. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, a high school band doing the Guile from Street Fighter theme. Because, you know, it fucking goes with anything. Because it all kind of matches the character. Because he's like a big burly guy that punches people for a living. And he's also a bounty hunter now. And he took Marcus's character, who he's playing in this campaign, under his wing as an apprentice bounty hunter. And Balboa now also drinks a lot of craft beer made by a specific brewery that was unnamed until Saturday, when Dolph Ironbeard was played by my comrade Scorpio here. Whose wife, the lizard folk I mentioned earlier, is also likes to draw things. And I just threw this away as like a joke thing the first time, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna run with this, so every time they see him drinking a beer bottle, it's gonna have a different weird fucking picture, because the first one was a dwarf that's on fire, and that's it. That's all that's on the label. So now they know who the dwarf that was on fire was because of the events of Saturday's game. Now, they're just wondering who the halfling who was taking a shit was. Or, like, an elf, I think, flipping you off or something. I can't remember what that one was. Yeah, none of us can remember what the third one was. I wish we wrote this shit down. But, you know, it's all a bunch of different fucking stupid drawings, and that's just what she puts on the fucking thing. And the joke, they didn't realize that Balboa was collecting those because he liked the labels. The halfling taking the shit was the one I thought was the funniest, but that's me. Anyway, where was I? But yeah, that's one thing that I wove together. Another thing is, they went to that brewery during Sunday's session, and they met Dolph. And they also met Trey. And, excuse me, one of the items that I've given Marcus's character is, well, it's a modified version of an item you can find in Xanathar's Guide to Everything called an ersatz eye. Basically, if your eye is ever removed, you can put in an ersatz eye, and it acts just like your regular eye. It doesn't give you any other special thing. It's just not a biological eye, but it's magically like a regular eye. Like, you can see through it and everything as if you never lost your eye. So, I modified it, added a targeting reticle as the design that's on it, and it allows him to see auras around people who have bounties on their heads, along with colors that go with what type of bounty it is and why. Like, for example, green is for questioning or wanted alive. Red is for wanted dead or for execution. Purple is wanted dead or alive. And another one is if they see an item that's got a blue hue to, or if he sees an item that's got a blue kind of shade to it, it means it's stolen property, and there's a reward for the recovery. Or someone with a yellow aura, they're kidnapped victims and need to be rescued. And I've already made that be something that brought up storyline with Dolph and Trey. Because Trey had a green, heavy aura. A bright green aura. Meaning he was wanted alive or for questioning. And he pulled out a little whittled sculpture of a T-Rex ripping the head off of a red dragon. Because, you know, as you do. And it was also blue and glowing. Because it was stolen from Pavu, who made it for himself to remember the event by. But I basically made it so that Pavu and Majit never fucking paid Dolph or Trey. They just had to take from the Red Dragon's hoard, and that's how they got their brewery. And I just thought that was utterly awesome and ridiculous. And that's, you know, it's all sorts of threads of characters that have been played by other people that I wove into a somewhat cohesive story within a narrative that doesn't actually center around those characters, but they're making the world feel more like a living, breathing world, which is fucking awesome.
It is awesome.
Thank you. Your character, we haven't decided on your backstory yet. Now, I have several different places, Muscal, who you are invited to join on Discord. Remember, smart people know how to get on my Discord. Wink. And, once we've written a backstory for your character, which I hope to do sometime, we will figure out where to fit your character, either in my campaign or into the evil campaign that I'm running with another group of people who are in the that's where I brought up the Stinky Walnut and Worm's Way and all that. Well, if you want to do that now, you're gonna have to come onto Discord, Muscal. But anyway, that is part of what I do for linking things together, because I'm using all these background stories that players made for just simple one-shots. Excuse me. And using that to help build my world. Like, I have a whole criminal organization that only exists because one of John's characters worked for a criminal organization, the Wings of the Golden Eagle, and I just decided to make the mob boss a chubby, portly guy named Mariano, who's a princess who lives in another castle. Now, I also kept something in mind to do for a later date, and then we did what equates to a modern day one-shot. Well, it was a two-shot, actually. Where, you know, it was modern technology, but also with fantasy. And the story was, there's always been a Mariano at the head of the Wings of the Golden Eagle. Yeah, it's okay. We can pick a different time for the backstory. It's alright. Anyway, there's always been a Mariano at the head of the Wings of the Golden Eagle. For 800 years, at least. It's alright. I say thumbing up my screen as if you can see the screen, because my hand's down here. Anyway, but he's always been there, or at least someone who looks like him has always been at the head of this family. And in this two-shot, his wife had been kidnapped. Always with the abductions. Cheers. I'll do that later. And it was a rival crime family that just moved into the Bigger Mushroom. Oh no, it was the Bigger Portobello.
Yep.
There we go. Big Apple, Bigger Portobello, Mushroom Kingdom. It's a pun on Mario. And it was awesome, because their first battle, it was a shit ton of myconids and turtles, all with like guns and shit, like mafioso. And, you know, they used grenades to kill like half of the turtles and myconids. And it was just explosions and bullets flying everywhere. And then the second one, her character comes in. You were playing up in the first one. One of the players was a human monk. Another one was a Simic hybrid, which is a race from the Ravnica Guide, or the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. Great book, whole bunch of stuff for really, really cool games in there. Although you're going to have to do the Ravnica setting to use them, because they're very unique to Ravnica. Campaign lengths. 2... ... That's how long a campaign should be. It should always be ongoing. There's some campaigns that have been going for about 20 years. What's his name? Big dude that hangs out with the folks that do Critical Role with the dreadlocks.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either, but he's like a really charismatic dude. Well, anyway, he's been DMing a game himself for 15 years. And brought up stuff from, like, the first group of people that played in a more recent game with newer players. And it's been a persistent world all this time. Oh, and, on stream, I'm not going to start a campaign until I have a guaranteed set of at least 4 people that will always be here for every specific session. Till then, it's going to be one-shots. Reason being, people can drop in, drop out. People can learn in an individual game. And then, you know, just sit out another game just because they want to watch and eat fucking popcorn or quinoa or whatever you want to fucking eat while watching me. And, yeah. But, I'm also doing the one-shots to help flesh out my world more, because it's beautiful. Because if, you know, my players are watching the one-shots, then they see something that happened in a one-shot, or meet a character that was in a one-shot. Like, for example, when you guys ran into Kipstitch.
Mm-hmm.
Cassie. The gnome. The gnome with the gigantic backpack. That was also his house and his shop. They met him in an adventure that takes place after your adventure, as 2 completely different characters. So they were like, oh god, I know who this is. And I love that. Yeah, Scorpio's right here. Do you have a question for him? I'll have to wait for a little bit for that to show up. Oh. Yeah, I agree. One-shots are the better way to go, just because I don't know who's always going to be there. But yeah, they were playing. Cassie was playing quite possibly one of my favorite characters that she ever played. Actually, I've loved all of your characters.
I try.
Your characters are very fucking entertaining and very creative, and I just adore it. And I'm not just saying that because you let me sleep with you.
Well, I try. I like putting in story. I have a lot of characters in my head. But all the voices.
You don't have any voices.
So many voices.
I'm the one who does voices. You just have them in your head.
I have so many voices in my head.
Anyway. But yeah, she was playing a white dragonborn barbarian, and John was playing an Aasimar bard. And it was both hilarious and fun. And oh my god, the way she roleplayed her barbarian as a... I really hope you don't take this the wrong way, babe. But she was a blithering idiot, and I loved her so much. That character, I can't even remember her name, but I know I actually have her name written down.
Her to be an idiot.
I know! And here's something that a lot of people don't understand. They think, oh yeah, it's easy to be stupid. No, it's not. You have to think, would my character actually know this? Why would my character understand anything like that? Or, how could I have figured something like that out? Can I even pronounce this word?
I think I did well.
Yeah, you did very well. Oh my god, she had me laughing so hard I had tears. Like, literal tears. I was laughing so hard.
Serve and protect.
What?
Oh.
Serve and protect. That's more of a Shayna thing, which, by the way, let's go back to the campaign real quick. Another NPC that Cassie, Marcus, and John interact with a lot is a character named Shayna. I can't remember what you gave her as a last name. Not important.
Yeah.
I love you. But I just call her Shayna. Because that's all I fucking remember. But I do my best to do my impression of her as Shayna, remembering that she's very anti-germ and very grossed out by a lot of things. And super OCD. And one of the so OCD that one of the songs in her playlist is the theme from Monk. The TV show about the hyper OCD detective.
Because she's a hyper OCD detective.
Exactly. And I've also made it so that she's like done ridiculously cool shit. Zork has a wife and one son. Nice. Okay. I will remember that. Zork is married and has a child. Now the question is, what's Zork's wife? We'll go into that eventually. Anyhow. But yeah, she's super OCD, and I have all like mixtures between comedy courtroom dramas and comedy cop dramas from like the 80s as her theme songs, except for Monk, which is from 10 years ago. And it works. It fits the character perfectly. Not yet. I will get to it. We're still in the first 45 minutes. I've got time, I assure you. In fact, I will be bringing up your character as one of the main things for the second hour. Because I actually made bullet points here. Because I'm bringing up NPCs right now, next thing I have to bring up is highlighting of big moments and how things leave lasting effects. And I'll get into that. I promise you. bring that list back down. Egads, my mustache is going right up my nose. Anyway, so I play her as a basically higher level version of what she played her as, where she's now the primary constable of the town that they're in, and trusts Balboa to bring in perpetrators of crimes, but doesn't really want to hang out with him because she thinks he's gross. Oh my god! Don't rush me, woman! But anyway. Also, I included... No, I will never forgive... Anyway, I'm kidding. I also included another character that was in that group, Oben, who was played by another player, Joe, who didn't show up for all of my one-shots, but for the most part, Marcus, John, and Cassie did. I think there was only like one time where Marcus missed.
Yeah, that was when I played the idiot.
No, two times where he missed.
Oh. There's one time where both him and I missed, and you and John just played Smash.
Yeah. We just hung out and played Smash, but that's besides the point. But yeah, he's only missed 2 sessions. Cassie only missed 1. She missed the first one of the modern day 2-shot, and Marcus missed the one where I had her and John, and...
I don't know if he missed a different one.
He missed the first of the 2 for Ice Dagger Peaks.
Oh, yeah.
Which was the second of the one-shots. I have names for all of them. Like, the first one is home ec at the Laurenthian Academy. That's the very first game I ever played, or DM'd. The second one was the story of Ice Dagger Peaks, which is also Pavu's background, because his was like John fleshed out the character Pavu very much when I asked for backgrounds for all the characters. Yeah, I know, adulting does suck. Anyway. But yeah, he fleshed it out the most, and I'm like, I love this. You gave me an adventure location. You gave me a tragic backstory that I can dig through for like a villain or you know, more people to interact with in the future. And, you know, a very good reason for the character to be used later on, whether it be as, you know, a possible villain, or, in the case of what I ran with it, the unwanting leader of a religion. Because he fucking hates his own religion. Because he thinks it's stupid that people are worshipping him. Because he's just a dude trying to get revenge.
Aren't we all?
But anyway. And he just missed the first half of that. And it was basically a big monster hunt. But I also used that as a backdrop to tell more of that story. And have the effects of the first game that I ever DM'd and the second game that I ever DM'd be something that left a lasting impact on every game that I've run since. In fact, if any of the characters from any of the one-shots or campaigns that I'm running end up going to the town eastward, there's going to be a statue of the character that John played in the one-shot where Balboa and Shayna and Oben were, because he played a character named Gregos. based on old Greg. He had a shoe that he would drink Greyleys from. Greyleys, not Baileys, because I don't want to get sued. Unless they're going to sue me by giving me Baileys. Hashtag not a sponsor. Hashtag could be a sponsor. Baileys, please call me. Please. Anyway. So. It's alright. So is Pavu. Pavu, who is worshipped as a god, even though he's very much not, is also not religious. Oh, but here's a fun fact. The character John plays in the campaign where she plays the sorcerer Aasimar and Marcus plays a lizard folk barbarian bounty hunter, John plays a tiefling sorcerer, divine soul, who worships Lathander, the god of light, the morning lord,
Fuck that.
the coming dawn. And it's just hilarious, because in order to play a follower of Lathander, all you have to do is replace Jesus with Lathander, and it's pretty much the same thing. Praise Lathander! Praise the morning lord! You will be brought to the light! And it's he does it. I love the way he does it. And you know, they even met the priest who lives in the church that John's character Morthos lives, and your character is Riva, and Marcus's character is Surma. I'll just refer to them by their names. Marcus / Surma, for example, secular, but doesn't care either way about religion. Riva, very atheist, hates all religion because of the cult. And the cult, oh boy, I am having so much fun. Because I'm building a mythos around them that you didn't even expect.
I'm having fun with them because I'm watching all of the things I learned about Scientology, Mormonism, like fucking Jehovah's Witnesses, Heaven's Gate. Like, I'm just compiling different things together, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and I've taken your plot thread that you built into your character, and I'm just like running with it. And that's another thing that a lot of players that are more role players, like roll the dice, ROLL players, don't realize the game gets better when you ROLE play. Because, oh my god, so much has been mined from all three of their... Hey, HD Cat!
The arguments that John and I have in character.
They're hilarious! But yeah, I've been able to mine all of their backstories for so much awesome shit that I'm throwing right at their face. Except for the hyenas. I just did that because I'm like, I can't just have them go and not have a combat this entire time.
Yeah.
So, it was a balanced encounter. It was a really balanced encounter. I was very proud of that. Wicked. I still have to read the book that you sent me. Anyway. But I pull all of these things from the backgrounds of all these characters that are played in my one-shots in the campaign here. Hi, Waju Klapapega. I don't know if I can pronounce that. But, hi! And, bye? I don't know if you're still gonna be here. Anyway, but I do truly love when there's a lot of thought put into the character, because since I don't use any modules or campaign settings to build my world, but I might use bits and pieces from other stuff. Shit. Book 5. You know, one of these days... Hey, HD Cat. Real talk. If you agree to come on like a Sunday, or not Sunday, Saturday or a Monday, and play 5th edition D&D with me, I will happily devote at least 15 minutes of the stream to you talking about your books. Sound like a good deal? HD? Okay, I'll call you HD. Give me one moment. I need a drink.
What?
I was being weird. Fuck you. I love you.
I love you.
But anyway, I do truly love to have even insignificant things that are in a one shot or in a campaign be something that has a lasting effect. Like, for example, they remember the dwarf that was just on fire, and that's all that was on that label. They don't remember the halfling taking a shit, but they remember the dwarf that was on fire, and that was it on the label. And then I'm like, well, you know, it has to come from somewhere. Brah! Perfect time. Fucking Red Dragon setting everybody on fire except for the Barb Devil, named the Barb Devil accountant named Charles Shiwab that I brought up earlier. Can't wait to use that character again. I know, I'm very cyclic. Shut up. But you're talking to HD. HD has a video of I believe it's about the model toy cars that you're what's the term? Not rehabilitating, restoring. I saw the pictures you sent. Pretty fucking dope. Anyway, another thing I like to do with stuff that has happened in these campaigns is highlight the big moments, or the one-shots. Highlight the really big moments, the things that people are more likely to remember. Like, for example, excuse me, that was for the ladies. The Tyrannosaurus Rex ripping the head off of a red dragon. I thought that was one of the coolest fucking things I could have ever had in a game. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to make this happen. Because I had to make it so Majit Ka got the last hit. And I didn't want to have to murder any of my PCs, but I was willing to if she did not hit with that bite. I wasn't going to hit her. I was gonna have him try to move around and try to swipe at a couple of people.
You could have hit me. I could have taken it. I'm tough.
I know. Like, at one point in that, she got knocked out of being a T-Rex. And I'm like, oh shit. I didn't quite know how to respond to that. because I didn't know what she was going to end up doing to deal the most damage. Turns out just being a fucking T-Rex was enough. But, yeah. Shit, you caused, what, over 100 damage? Ugh. Old Matchbox and old Hot Wheels cars are roughly the same size. That's why. And the old ones are very high quality.
Yes.
They're usually made of die-cast metal. Matchbox and Hot Wheels. I'm responding to the chat. Sorry, guys. Anyway. I do feel a little bad, though, Scorpio.
Yeah?
Because I don't feel I let your character shine enough.
He shone purely by being a dwarf.
That, and because he didn't shine as much, that's why I turned him into the owner and proprietor of a brewery in my campaign. Because I'm like, I liked him. I liked the character. I want him to still be part of my world. Part of my world. Anyway, better stop singing or I'll get sued by fucking Disney again. Anyway, I wanted that character in my world. Now, if your Tabaxi sorcerer is ever seen again, I don't know if I'm going to have it be a low-level version or a very high-level version. To find out why he was on that mountain.
That's a good question.
Yeah. So, before I get to asking you guys what kind of one-shots you guys might want to do later, I'm going to go into Muscal's character here, because I actually have the messages that I went back and forth with her on, because she didn't know how to make a character, so I'm like, okay, I'll help you. I'll give you just a few questions, and we'll just go. And I'll build your character with just these questions. So let me just scroll up. Okay, come on. Shimo, hee hee. Anyway, so she made a joke about, asking if she could use a sausage to fight, and I'm like, are you serious about sausage fighting? I mean, you could play a monk that uses sausage links as nunchaku. She's like, I was just being dirty. Can I use a machete to fight? And I'm like, you can be a barbarian raised by circus clowns. You can be an anti-religious cleric who just happens to be a god's chosen, ergo their abilities. You can be a ranger who never set foot outside of a city. The possibilities are up to your imagination. Technically, it would use the stats of a scimitar. But you can use a machete. And I explained what a scimitar was. So she was dead set on playing a half-orc. Let's see. I asked, do you prefer being in people's face, or do you prefer to be sly, stealthy, and full of skill? And she's like, skills. So, what that told me right off the bat, not a paladin, not a fighter, not a barbarian. Because all three of those, much better right up in people's faces, except in the case of fighter where they're pretty damn good with a bow too. But she wants more skills, so that leads me more towards rogues and rangers. And I'm like, narrowed it down to 2 primary classes. Do you prefer nature or cities? And I just, explained, the kind of topographies she'd be used to. She ended up choosing nature. And I'm like, okay, ranger. You use a scimitar to fight, but are also good with a bow. Excuse me. You'll eventually be able to use magic, and also specialize in several different ways. One where you hunt very well, another where you choose an animal companion, or even specialize in battling giant monsters! Because there's a lot of fucking choices in Dungeons & Dragons. Pretty fucking awesome about that. And I pointed out that I play a lizard folk ranger in one of the games that I play. John runs it. Although, I think he's kind of handed it all DMing over to me because he spends a lot more time preparing than he should.
No, it's because of the whole work situation.
Good point.
That's
You're right.
Why?
And I'm a little better at improvising entire worlds.
Don't throw, babe.
Okay, good point. You're right. But I'm much better at voices. Significantly better at voices. Fuck you. What the hell? No! Fuck you! I didn't say okay, Google. Fucking phone. Anyway. And I just asked a few questions. Not anything about stats, not anything about, basically just where in the world she thought she should be from. She chose the northern continent, so whatever happens, the one shot where she will be playing for the first time will take place on what I call my northeastern continent, because I kind of have my world set up so it's like, and if you're looking at your screen, just imagine you're looking at a map. Right here is one continent. Right here is a smaller, but also oblong continent that's kind of misshapen. And another one that's kind of broader and longer. So it kind of looks like a line with an equals next to it, where the equals is kind of fucked up. And the Angel Isles is off in this direction somewhere off screen. Because I haven't decided what that part of the world looks like yet. So fuck you. But I've already decided this little one right here would be primarily populated by dwarves and gnomes, using their know-how on tinkering and smelting and metalwork and all that. They're eventually going to be the technology hub of the entire world, and that's why the Big Portobello is on that continent. I don't have a map of my world yet. I still need to get on that. Takes a lot of fucking work to make a map. And I am not a cartographer yet. But she's also further fleshing out her character now, because she's mentioning, oh, he's married. Oh, he has a kid. Oh, his family is secular. He himself is atheist. And that's fine. You can be an atheist in a world where gods literally do show themselves. That's fine. You can be an atheist cleric. You can be a half-angel atheist, or rather, anti-theist. You can be a half-devil who praises the god of light. I mean, D&D has so many bloody options. It's wonderful. And, yeah. Huh. So, I am going to put it to you guys right now. If you guys want to take the time to maybe ask questions, or And that includes you, Scorpio. Or if you have ideas of something you'd like to do in a one-shot, like a theme, primarily. Not specifically the kind of character you want to play, because you can do that in any fucking one-shot. But if there's a particular one-shot you want me to try to prepare, I am totally down to try almost anything. Except for porn.
Oh, damn it. Okay,
I don't think she knew what a tiefling was, because I just mentioned half-devil, and she's like, half-devil? Ooh. Sorry, go on. Do you already have something in mind?
No, not yet. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
A feast? You're thinking you want a feast? To see a feast? Kind of, one shot? I think I could do that as a theme. It would involve a lot of, I guess you could call them Dungeons and Dragons style minigames? Actually, you wouldn't even really have to create a character for that kind of thing. That can be done with just, oh hey, you are denizens of this town, and it has come up to be the great festival of the harvest. And every year, there's always a group of you that play against each other in all of the games. But this year, one of you wants to be the very best. Like no one ever was. And you will be the champion. But who will it be? Let's begin! Oh. It's funny you mention where characters eat the stuff they kill. My lizard folk ranger, we killed satyrs, and if you don't know what they are, they're like the ass end of a goat with the upper half of a human. We killed a bunch of them. He skinned the goat skin off of their asses to try to make a cloak, and then took chunks of their flesh to make jerky. That was for the ladies. And, well, considering he's a lizard folk, and they do even eat their own kind, because they just consider meat, because they're fucking lizards. They consider the fact that the soft skins get all squeamish about it to be stupid, because you gotta survive somehow. And that's how Komodo thinks about it. He is a very cold, calculating ranger who spends most of his time tracking people and large creatures. He is also a cunning artisan who creates great, fantastic things from the remains of his kills. I've brought him up before. But yeah. Oh, and he can't speak common very well, which is why he has that thick Russian accent and doesn't really use all the idioms and doesn't really get idioms too well. But you talk to him in Dwarven or Draconic, and he speaks with perfect diction and absolutely marvelous. A je ne sais quoi that you wouldn't expect from a man of his station. just because I thought it would be fucking hilarious that he's way better at speaking Dwarven and Draconic than he is Common. Oh, I already spoke about your character, fucker. Plus, I only do. I'm only doing 2 hours because it's Monday and I have to sleep. But yeah, let me know what. I mentioned the cannibalism, so that's not really a big deal, because it's fucking Dungeons and Dragons. You can do anything. If you can imagine it, odds are it can be done, as long as you roll high enough. And the DM isn't like, alright, I'm gonna try to jump to the moon. Alright, roll athletics. You failed. I don't fucking care. You failed. You could roll a natural 100 on a d20, and you still fail. You can't jump to the moon. Suck a dick. You're going to try to fly by throwing yourself at the ground and attempting to miss? You take 26 damage. Dumbass. The ground. AC of -1. I love you.
I love you.
You're the best.
You're better.
Do you have any ideas of kind of one-shots you want to see me do? Or you'd like to be part of, babe?
I don't know.
Wow, you guys are really useful.
I'm trying to play my game. I haven't played it in forever.
Yeah, that's because you've been playing another game on your phone literally every night. No, Candy Crush.
It's not Candy Crush.
Close enough! It's the same shit!
No. This is Matchington.
It's a match 3 game.
Matchington Mansion or Matchington Manor, and you earn points to decorate your mansion for every level you beat.
You earn points to decorate a thing.
Yep.
For everything you beat.
Yep.
Which involves matching 3 objects.
Or more.
That are similar colors.
It's not Candy Crush, and Candy Crush wasn't even the first to do it.
I know.
I played Bejeweled.
I know.
Before.
I played Bejeweled before you even knew what a video game was.
Excuse your face. I doubt that.
It was on the Genesis.
Bejeweled was on the Genesis?
Yes!
Alright. I take back my...
Actually, there's no such thing as a girls' game. They're all just video games. I mean, some may have decorations that are more towards, like, I guess, a woman's choice in decorations. But really, all games are women's games. All games are men's games.
I enjoy cutting off heads, too, when I'm stressed. Give me something bloody that I can just shoot heads and watch them pop like cherries.
She fucking played the shit out of Fallout 4. In fact, I think you put more hours into Fallout 4 than I did.
I've put over
on Xbox One.
Over 250 hours so far.
And here's the thing. She bought the Xbox One because I was like, hey, I'm in... Where was I?
Concord.
I was in Concord. Which is a place that we have driven through in real life.
And I was like, hey, I recognize that statue. Hey, I recognize that. Hey, I recognize that. Oh, Diamond City is Fenway Park. Oh my god, I need this game.
Yeah. And
it wasn't available on Xbox 360.
Yeah, because, you know, it...
And the only reason I got my 360 was so I could play Fable 2.
Yeah. So, you know, she got it for that, and, you know, it's the one game that she's played more than anything. Actually, is it? I think you played a lot of Far Cry 5.
Honey, Fable I've played
No, I mean since you got the Xbox One.
Okay. I did play a lot of Far Cry 5. I've played more Fallout.
Okay,
but
good
Fable,
point.
I've played through at least 15 times, start to
Yeah.
finish.
I've done the same with Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
So.
And Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And here's a fun fact. I've never beaten Skyrim.
Nor have I. I just started it, though.
Yeah, and I can't play it on my game on my PC.
You can.
Unless you decide to never play it again.
I'll play it on my... Because I have it for the Xbox.
Well, Xbox 360.
Which I can play on the Xbox One.
Good point. Although they have the HD version now, which is designed for Xbox One.
You know they got Skyrim on the Amazon Alexa now?
They have Skyrim on fucking gas station computer screens. They have Skyrim on the Switch. By the way, I can't wait to play the fucking Switch on the Elgato. And by the way, guys, real talk. Before I get on with the one-shots and everything that you guys would like to see, because nobody's fucking said anything yet. Fuckers. I will be so happy when I can just play a console game and run it through here and just chat with you guys while I'm running around in, like, Zelda Breath of the Wild or Final Fantasy 15, which it's a lot easier to do with an Elgato because I tried it with the other way and that didn't fucking work. You remember those? Scorpio?
Sorry, I was momentarily distracted there. What were you saying?
Do you remember when I was playing Final Fantasy 15?
Vaguely.
Yeah, like, it would constantly freeze and constantly have me just walking into a wall and shit because the connection was bad. Yeah, that was shitty. Hey, HD, aren't you getting your eyes fixed? Where did you do the one-shot ideas? Oh, yeah, you did actually give me a couple. I'm thinking one of the things I want to do as a one-shot, by the way, I want to try something that's more film noir than the Mario was.
Mom's coming.
Oh,
Into the other room.
okay.
Hi.
But something that's more film noir, but not film noir with, like, guns. Although I'm not opposed to that. But yeah, something with a lot of intrigue, a lot of passion, a lot of just dark shades of gray. But not 50 of them. Just enough to not need a safe word. I don't know if the... Oh. Hey, Average Joe Gaming Show. Or John. And I'm glad you're down for that idea, because I'm hoping you might be able to show up for one. But games coming to my channel...
was just one plate.
Depending on how long it takes for us to get that, which I'll turn this, that little thing, that the TV's sitting on, however long it takes for us to either find someone to give that to, or you know, if we end up moving, which is another possibility. Go ahead and close the door, babe. You can be heard. I love you. Yeah, I just had to point that out because she's on the phone with her mom. I'm not gonna have that conversation be privy to the public. But yes, 50 Shades of Grey was bullshit. But anyway, but yeah, either we find a place to put that thing, and I'm definitely gonna need help to move that fucking thing out of this house. We already have something to replace it, and it's one of these. That, like, bunch of squares. Only it's, like, 12 of them in a, like, wider format, like 4x3. Yeah, we need more than a tent, dude. She's got more shit than... She moved with more stuff than I've ever owned. She hates when I point that kind of stuff out. But, yeah, she still has stuff that she had from high school. Yes. And it's currently still in our bedroom, safe. Like, it's protected. Like, I actually covered it with something to protect it from, like, dust and other kind of, like, maybe humidity. Because I want to play on it. I want to hook it up to my Elgato. And play, Oh. Marco Amazo won't have to, lend me a certain game. Because through my own ingenuity and I guess you could say high perception rolls, I was able to, and John knows this, find Legend of the Dragoon. I can't wait to do the voices for those characters. But yeah, I actually really can't. Let me just switch this over. Slide that. There we go. All right, cool. I just moved the. Awesome, you have 3 copies. I have one that I got for free. Because I found you getting down and dirty. Yeah, Legend of the Dragoon. Because John was there when I got it. I mean, I might as well fucking mention it because I don't even think the person who owns it knew they were even still there. Because they were just outside on the ground in a pile of, like, crap. Just a pile of just absolute garbage. And I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Open. Ooh, holy shit. All 4 of these discs don't have scratches all over them. Click. Yoink. So, yeah. We were at a house that Cassie and I were considering buying. The place actually ended up being a giant pile of shit. Excuse me. And we went around one of the sides and saw that the foundation was busted. There was a shed that should have been like this, but it was like this. Like, it was all tilted and, like, to the side. Like, the fact that it hadn't completely collapsed was astounding. And they couldn't have paid me to walk in there. The basement looked like something out of, like, an underground cave from Fallout 4. It was horrifying. I didn't go in there. You couldn't have paid me to, and I probably wouldn't have been able to get out. Because I'm fucking huge, if you know what I mean. And by what I mean incredibly fat. Yeah, but we can't afford that. We can't afford to buy a house that's in bad condition and try to fix it. I'm sorry I told you to close the door. I love you. I'm sorry.
I couldn't listen. I was being bitched out anyways.
Huh?
I was being bitched out anyways. Ignore.
I love you. I'm sorry. You can tell me about it later. I love you so much.
And I love you. Just continue with the fucking...
I know. I just wanted to tell you I love you. Fuck you. Fucker.
Ignore me.
No. You mean the world to me.
Okay,
You're the most
please,
important thing in my life.
I don't... Alright, please, just...
Well, still. I'm marrying you. Yeah. Anyway. I don't know who all those people are. Heck, HD Cat. And that was for the ladies. But anyway, this place was a fucking shit show. I thought the floor collapsing in our bedroom was bad. This place... Oh, so much. Muscal asked Cassie, what can I do with chai seeds?
Chia seeds?
I think that's what she means. Because chai is the Indian word for tea. Which can pretty much be anything.
There's a ton of stuff. If you just Google it...
Yeah, right now I don't think she's got the energy to really go into anything. I apologize. I'll give her aftercare soon. Anyway, so I hope it wasn't about me.
No.
Okay, should have been. But like ooh, wait a minute. I just thought of the next one shot. And if you're available, Muscal, you will be a part of it. And yes, it will be noob friendly. But I swear to God, if you're not here exactly on time, I swear I will just act like your character doesn't exist. Anyway. But yeah, just Google ways of using chia seeds, because it's going to be a lot faster than asking Cassie. At least for now, anyway.
Pudding, mix it with fucking eggs and banana to make pancakes. Mix it, like, there's a ton of stuff. I can't go into it right now, because I can't think of it right now. Because I'm just
chia balls, chia puffs, chia scampi. Chia a la mode. Chia linguine. Alright, I'm done. Sam? Wait. Was it Sam? Or... was it Humble Bundle saying, hey, you might want to check out this bundle of stuff that we have that you might find useful, like a learning set of books or a shit ton of cookbooks. Got that for her. She was so happy. And I was so happy. Because I made her happy. And I live to make her happy.
Can you please...
Is there someone I can do to make you happy,
no,
my dear?
can you please stop focusing on me and just focus on the goddamn screen? Stream.
There we go. Alright, I can avoid focusing on you now. But, I have no idea who that is. Like, legit, I have no idea who Matt Dillahunty is. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything negative about him, because, again, I don't know who he is. But, yeah, you might as well be telling me, some random local wrestler emailed you. I don't know. Because I won't know who they are either. Hell, you give me a fucking name from WWE, I won't know who they are. At least modern WWE. I fucking remember Andre the Giant. Don't fucking think I'm that dumb. Anyway. I wish I could do his accent. Because I'd want to do that for the Goliaths rather than frickin' Arnold Schwarzenegger. Is he the bald dude? With the gray goatee? Actually, I do know who Amon Ra is. With the long hair and long brown hair and goatee. He's rather dry, not very emotional when he talks. But, you know, he gets a good point across. Because if Matt is the bald guy, he actually has good delivery. I kind okay, then I know who he is. I think he did a debate video once with oh crap, I can't remember the other guy's name. But I started watching this guy, like, 6 months ago, and I haven't really watched any of his shit since. Because I tend to do that with YouTube. I get, like, really happy watching multiple videos of one person, and then I'm like, okay, there's not really anything else I want to watch. And then I stop watching them. I mean, there are a few that I come back to, like Game Grumps, because they fucking make me laugh. And I guess I'm still subscribed to Markiplier, because I just like his delivery, and I mean, I don't like everything he does. Like, I can only watch a few things that he does. But I'm no longer subscribed to, like, Jack Septic Eye, even though I did see him in person. And I think I was only subscribed to PewDiePie for, like, 3 months or something. I watched maybe 3 of his videos, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I mean, I'm not saying... I've actually defended PewDiePie, because I pointed out that all the people that are saying, oh, he's a racist, oh, he's a racist, oh, he's a racist, that he's condemned racism, and that even he himself said he was an idiot for using the N-word, which I will not repeat. But let's just say I prefer saying the word ninja in every situation. And, yeah, even he thought he was stupid for saying it. And I agree with him. He was stupid for saying it. But he actively denounces anyone who's racist who puts his name in their mouth. So saying he had anything to do with that, I actually had someone say that he should be, you know, removed because the guy who did the killings in which country was it? Holland? No, New Zealand. the guy who did the killings in New Zealand, mentioned him. He only mentioned him for the fucking... so people would be like, oh, you said that.
He did it
we need
for
to
the
put
meme.
He did it for the meme. He did it for the notoriety. He did it so that more people would put him associated with something really, 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 really popular. When really he was just a piece of shit. I'm pretty certain John knows the word. We're just not saying it in my chat, and we're not going to get any closer than I did. Capiche? Because that word does not get said around here. Ever. But, oh, and if you're wondering why I'm looking over here, the chat is now on that part of my screen. Pointing at it. Whereas my camera is this part of the screen. That was for the ladies. But anyway, I have a very, very strict stance on any and all forms of racism. You should learn to equally hate all humanity. Because humans are idiots. DJ Winza, 2019. But, anyhow. Back to D&D, because this has gone so fucking far off the rails, hasn't it, Scorpio, who's still here?
A little bit.
Yeah. So let's go back in time to another dimension, new galaxy. Yeah. Wait, COD troll video? I don't know what that is. Yes, you did mention that you started your job-related class. I am proud of you. It's about time you got yourself out of that library, which was a part-time job. Although I know your state doesn't have that many good opportunities for a non-college graduate. Hell, next to no place does. Wait, hold on. What? Yeah, I don't even allow that word. HD. Any word that is used in a derogatory fashion, I do my best to try to make unusable in my chat. I think the only reason I don't take the H word is because Homo sapien is a thing. It's humanity. Although sometimes Cassie makes me Homo erectus. That was a dick joke.
Yeah, it was.
And she's just like, no,
I was telling you to turn back around.
I love you. You're gorgeous. Fuck you. Anyway, yeah, I'm a fucking horrible fiance, guys. Sorry. This is how I abuse her. I tell her I love her, then I say fuck you. But yeah, even you guys who are my mods, who understand, I appreciate the fuck out of you guys. I don't even like you guys using those kind of words because your chat apparently is something that YouTube is keeping track of now. Fun fact. This is one of the things I hope doesn't come up in any of our games. YouTube is tracking chat on kid-related videos to try to track pedophiles. And they will literally turn off a video's monetization and comments. Just wipe everything off of it if they find anything they consider to be exploitative in the comments, which the YouTuber doesn't actually have control over, except to say what can and cannot be said. Yes, they follow the chat now. It's fucking ridiculous. So this, because of all the cursing, is probably not going to end up monetized after today. However, if you would like to help me earn cash for the shit that I do, and you do like my streams, my videos, my content in general, here comes the stuff that you usually shut the videos off for, but, you know, if you want to stick around, cool. Because I still have the 13 minutes. But if you want to be part of the DJ Winza, I guess you could say crew?
Sure.
Wait, no. It's Dungeons and Dragons now. The D&D DJ Winza party. Remember, it's BYOB, because you're in your own fucking house. I can't buy your beer for you. But anyway, if you want to be part of the DJ Winza party, you can be a Patreon patron. Just look up DJ Winza or click one of the links in the YouTube description down below. You can hit join on YouTube. You can hit subscribe on Twitch. I don't know if there's anything that you can fucking do on Mixer yet other than hit follow. I appreciate follows on Twitch and YouTube and Mixer. So anything you want to do to help, awesome. I also still have Super Chat active for YouTube. I don't know why they never removed it. Oh, bring your own cask. Yes, in Ironbeard's case. Dolph Ironbeard.
Yes.
It's like talking to my own mirror. The hell is this crap? Talking to my own mirror. I'm talking to the man in the mirror. I'm telling him to fill his cask. I can't remember the way the rest of that goes. Oh my god. This is the kind of shit that you guys don't pay for, folks. You get this stupidity for free. Although I would appreciate if you tip me every once in a while. Not going to complain about that. Actually, Super Chat would just show your username. It would just show up as 2HDCat. Oh, well then in that case, go on Twitch. Because I believe you can tip on Twitch, too. In the form of, what are they called? Sparkles? I can't fucking remember. Hold on. Let me see.
Is it bits?
Bits, thank you.
What are they called?
Oh, God.
Sparkles?
Oh, God. Yes. Bits. Because you can tip me in the form of bits. And then later on, after I'm counting them, I can play with my bits. That's another penis joke. My dick! Yeah. All of the places you can watch my stupidity are free. I mean, for real. You don't have to throw money at me. It is appreciated. Nobody ever has to throw money at me. I mean, when people do, I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? You've heard it. The fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. Just know any of that shit is appreciated. I love it. I love you guys. So let's see what we covered so far in this 2-hour stream. Is I talked about how I mine characters that play in my games for bits of content I can use in other one-shots, in other campaigns, so that my world is more full. I highlight the biggest moments, the big, things from their backgrounds or from their stories. Like, for example, Pavu having had his entire family destroyed. I made that something that happened at the end of a one-shot, and that puts him on his path to go to where he was for his first game. It also puts anyone who ends up using the Cult of Pavu as their patron for a warlock, or as their cleric deity for their domain choices, which I'll be including what domains they can choose from when I write all this shit down. But big moments like that, or a T-Rex ripping the head off of a fucking dragon, which is pretty fucking metal, let me fucking tell you. So metal. And let's get this back up here. Have their actions leave a lasting effect on my world. Like Ironbeard opening a brewery with Trey the Outcast. Having Pavu have a religion spring up behind him, having Majit being the T-Rex that ripped the head off of the dragon, have an entire mountain named after her, having all the characters that they played in a crime investigation game be the NPCs that they meet in an actual campaign, and having all that mixture of all this stuff that is player created in my game just makes the world feel alive. And it's something that players appreciate, and us DMs, we really do appreciate when you take the time to write a backstory. By the way, Christina, if you want to actually sit down and write a backstory for Zork, I would be more than happy to read that. Excuse me, and incorporate as much of that into the one shot and maybe either of the two campaigns as I can. And speaking of one shots, I believe having a one-shot based on film noir and a feast of some kind might be apropos. Anyway, I know it's 5 minutes early, but Cassie's not feeling well, and I want to do everything I can to make her feel better, because she is the most important thing in my life. I adore her. She is the best. The absolute best. So, remember, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, however you decide to set up your stats, remember that I love you all. But I need private time with my special lady. So I need you guys to get the fuck out of my house.
Whoa, lighter.
Yeah, see you Saturday. Bye!